Talks have been held between Manchester United and RB Leipzig for their winger Nene Dorgeles. The Mali-born is one of those Ruben Amorim is considering to bring in as his first signings as early as this January, or if not, in the summer. The interest is real. My name is Webb. Welcome to the United Sport, and here I am to tell you about this interesting exclusive that has been dropped by Fabrizio. This is about less than an hour ago. Man United add Nene Dorgeles from RB Leipzig to their list of options for January or the summer. The Malayan winger is being monitored by the club, and initial talks to be informed on the price and the package already took place. Man United will keep working on that before making a decision. Now, this is the latest that has come in now. Usually, when it breaks like that from Fabrizio, probably something is really going on. Unless an occurrence happens and they disagree on fee, because RB Leipzig certainly is a club that always, wants to get good man out of their players. But I'm thinking this is a player that United can bring in. He shouldn't be an expensive player, I think, for me. That's the obvious. But I've been looking at his videos, trying to understand his game, and he's described as a winger. He's actually more of a forward, an attacking midfielder, because he plays so well through the middle when he's narrow. And I do understand that Amorim's system calls for players who can be narrow, especially the number 10s. And I'm looking at him as a number 10. I think Amorim is planning for him as one of the two number 10s with Ahmad. But you look at his work rate, because if you watch his clips and you see most of the ground he covers is through nearly the mid, between the line, the sideline of the pitch, and the first pole, the nearest pole. So he's a bit of he's a balanced winger, I should say. He can give you a lot narrowly, if you understand. But also when he drops back, he's so good with the ball. He makes very good turns with the ball. He beats his men. He can collect people and put them off. He's so attack-minded. He has good trickery. He's a fun guy to watch. You watch his videos and you understand what he would perhaps add into what Ruben Amorim is playing. I think we lack such a player. His creativity is a bit interesting, because he can dodge, he can put off people, he can run, he can cross, he can nutmeg. He does have a lot of interesting trickery, and he's right. He seems to be ambidextrous. I think largely right-footed, but he looks like he can use the left well as well. So there's quite something exciting about him. And I mean, he was born in Cote d'Ivoire. He's 22 years of age, good age. I feel after seeing his videos that he's a player who really Ruben Amorim would be looking to expedite if possible, because again, I think of the players who United has been linked with so far, him and Dogu have really looked good for me. They have looked a bit exciting for me. So they are putting their options together to see who they can practically get and when. So you can see they're looking at players who are not already made and established, because I'm sure many of you perhaps had not even heard of this guy before. So that shows you that the Ineos plan is being guided by the manager, because you look at such a player and the way he plays, and you understand why it's a possible deal that they would want to quicken. So, and people might not really look at how this guy would improve, because people are focused more on the striker and maybe a wing back. But United still lacks a bit of that creativity, that exciting creativity up front. You need that, player that yes, Bruno is there and he does the things sometimes, and but Bruno is falling off. Bruno is in his last years at the peak, at the peak of of the Premier League. So a boy like this for me would come in, but also he would push Bruno himself, and he would also bring in a different option, give you depth, which is needed in the Premier League. So, or rather at such a level. So I really think he's and I don't expect him to be expensive. I think the fact that he's not a player you've had linked with several clubs, perhaps there is no fear of competition. So meaning then he may not be that expensive. Even if he had a buyout clause, I wouldn't expect his buyout clause to be anything exceeding perhaps 30 million or thereabout, or 40. So I feel good about this one, and the fact that Fabrizio has posted it. So guys, we could be blessed for our second signing. That would be a second signing, of course, after today. This boy was at Old Trafford, Diego Leo. He was at Old Trafford and Carrington, did his medical, and he will be going back to Paraguay tomorrow, Tuesday. But yeah, that was him at Old Trafford, feeling his next home. So I think they took him through the history. Like Amorim said, every player who joins Man United should be given a proper understanding, and they should be schooled about the history of the club, so that you go into the club knowing the magnitude of the club and the expectation that people hold. So that is what has happened today. So in terms of transfers, that's where we are. But we're going to keep following this Dorgeles story, but I feel he's an exciting guy who I think United can get for probably not even more than 20 million euros. So that's money they can get this Jan. Let's wait and see how it goes. Like, share, and subscribe. My name is Webb. This is the Net Health Sport. Cheers.